Welcome and thank you so much for joining us here on the Owatonna Today Show, your community connection. I'm Deb Gillard, your host for today's program, and we do thank you for joining us here on this Wednesday, June 17th. We have a great program for you today. We are going to be talking with June Pifo from Steele County Public Health about a great program and wonderful, I don't even know how to get into it. We're going to get into a lot to do with a program called Help Me Grow. For our youngest of young people. So we'll be finding out a lot more about that with June a little bit later on. And then further on in the program, we will be heading out on the farm to talk about an event that's actually going on this Saturday, Breakfast on the Farm at Clover Glen Farms. And so Leanne was out and they were filming on location for that. So that'll be great to watch as well, talking a little bit about farm life for those of us who aren't as aware and know as much about what goes on at the farm. It's going to be a great event too. We always welcome your comments about guest ideas, show topics, things that you want to pass along to us, announcements that we do at the end of the program. Please send those to owatonnatoday@charter.net, or you can give Leanne a call on her cell, 390-5751. Either way, that information will get to us. We'll take a quick break now to hear at the beginning from some of our show supporters, and we'll be coming back in studio with June, so please stay with us.
I'm Dan Branstead of Carlson Branstead & Company, Certified Public Accountants. We support the Owatonna Today Show.
Owatonna Public Utilities, real people, real reliable, real progress. Making life a little easier day after day, taking pride in our community, listening to what you say, a voice you can talk to. We're growing with you. Owatonna Public Utilities.
Greetings from the Steele County Historical Society. We invite you to visit us and enjoy your county's history at the History Center and Village of Yesteryear. For current exhibits and events, check our website, www.steelehistorymuseum.org.
Welcome back, and thanks again for joining us on this Wednesday, June 17th. We have in studio with us June Pifo from Steele County Public Health. Hi, June.
Hi, thank you for having me today.
You're welcome. I fumbled around a little bit at the beginning trying to talk about what we're going to be talking about, but we're going to let you do that in depth because it is a great program, some of the things that you do at Steele County Public Health. And this program that we're going to be talking about. But just so people understand your role at Steele County Public Health on a day-to-day basis, what do you do, June?
I do family home visiting. So
Okay.
I'm a family support worker, and I go out and visit with families, and we talk about their baby's development, and I just offer some support and education
Okay.
for them.
Okay. And is that through an outreach program that you are put in touch with them, or is it usually somebody calling in and saying, I need a little help, or how do you kind of get those clients?
Yeah, both. We have nurses that follow along pregnancies,
Okay.
or maybe some people that come in for WIC might want a little extra parenting. And then we have other agencies that refer to us.
Yep.
They know somebody that wants extra parenting, and so they give them to us, and we try to meet with them.
We're very lucky here, I think, in our city and county to have a great collaboration of resources, I guess would be the way I would put it. I think people are very well aware of what you do at Steele County Public Health. They're aware of other resources, and they're very quick to say, here's an organization or an entity or something that can help you with what you're looking for, and referring to each other, I think, is very important.
Yeah, I agree. And we have, and there's a lot of organizations that do that sort of, that is what
and
you're
they know who
talking
you
about.
are. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we want to talk about a program called Help Me Grow, but in order to talk about that, we kind of have to back up a little bit and talk about something that you're involved with, which is called the IEIC team. And I'll let you kind of define that because it's more of a mouthful than I wanted to get into.
So me and I work with children 0 to 5 and parents. I see a lot of, I help follow along with their development. So I'm part of a follow along program, which I send out forms that are like a screening tool for a baby's development. So if a parent wants to know if their baby is developing normally or on track, I send out these forms. They send it back to me. I'm also in addition with that, I'm on that IEIC team.
And what does that exactly stand for?
The Interagency Early Intervention Committee.
Okay.
And it's the purpose of the committee is to seek out, identify, and refer children who have or are at risk of developing disabilities or delays that might impact their future
Okay.
communication, learning, social, emotional growth. So it kind of ties in with the follow along program. And that committee, again, it's a child find. So we're
Okay.
trying to find the kids out there that are not developing where they should be.
Okay.
And we can get that through a variety of ways, through the follow along program, through the childware checkups,
Okay.
through the childhood screenings when they do preschool screenings. So there's a variety of different ways that we can monitor these kids.
Okay. Now this program, the Help Me Grow program, is actually part of the Minnesota Department of Education.
Yep.
So what this is trying to get at is, as kids are entering our educational system, our school system, starting, beginning school, that they are going to be ready, and identifying those kids who may be at risk for not being ready. Did I kind of put it
Correct,
in the
yep.
most simple
Yep.
terms? Okay.
Yep.
So, and you might find these, as you were saying, all those screening tools and methods that you have, you could hear, or parents could hear from a healthcare provider, a doctor, a nurse, that maybe they should, take a look at this. Maybe the child is not reaching a milestone or something and they hadn't really realized it. Could even be a concerned and well-meaning daycare provider.
Yes.
That's noticing some things, having activities with kids all the time and saying, okay, what's going on here? So we all know that kids develop in very different stages. So what kinds of things might prompt someone to say, I'm not so sure?
Let's say if you have a 3-year-old who's not talking.
Okay.
Now sometimes children might be a little bit behind in their talking.
Yep, exactly.
But if you don't know if they should be talking or not,
Yep,
wouldn't hurt to
to have it checked.
have it checked out.
Okay.
So, and that's where Help Me Grow comes in, because it's who do you call? So in our county, we have, in Owatonna, we have early childhood special ed, and they're funded through the school district, so it's free to the parents, and they can call over there themselves, or somebody can refer them to them, refer the family to ECSE, which we call it,
Okay.
early childhood special ed, and they'll come out and assess the child and see where they're at.
Okay.
And if they screen them, and if they don't meet those milestones, then they'll just do a little extra work with them.
Okay.
Some counties don't have an early childhood special ed,
Okay.
so who do you call? So that's where Help Me Grow comes in.
Oh, okay.
And then the Help Me Grow is a 1-800 number that they can call, and the state then will refer you to the correct school district.
Okay. Okay. So if someone is just wondering, who do I call?
Who do you call?
Again, here, they may get the right place in Steele County Public Health, or, something like that. In another county, if that's not the case, who do I call? And
Correct.
that Help Me Grow through the Minnesota Department of Education is saying, okay, in this county where you live, this is who you need to connect up with in order to get at that. You
Yes.
mentioned something when we were talking ahead of the program in regards to kindergarten readiness, and I thought it was kind of shocking, actually. How many percent of kids
50% right now are still not ready for kindergarten
when they're going into kindergarten?
when they're going into kindergarten.
Okay. And that could be a lot of different factors. It could be an academic, like kindergarten has, of course, changed over the years. Once upon a time, I would say that it was more like a, half-day play day, and that kind of thing. But it has changed. But are they seeing that the changes or the non-readiness is in largely what area? Academics, social, emotional?
A little bit of everything,
Okay.
but more largely social, emotional.
Okay.
I've had teachers tell me that kids have never picked up a pair of scissors
Okay.
by the time they're in kindergarten. They've never heard rhyming.
Okay.
Rhyming's
Like
a big
a nursery rhyme
Yep.
or something that many of us
Yep.
would be familiar with.
That's kind of a big skill to have, is
It
that
is.
rhyming.
Yep.
Or they can't focus or sit still or follow directions,
Okay.
or get along with their peers. There's a lot of different things that
Okay.
count in that not ready.
Okay. So when you're getting at that and providing the help that is needed, sometimes it truly is maybe just a little push or nudge in the right direction, and maybe that child is, boom, all of a sudden now they're ready, and they're back on track in regards to milestones. And sometimes it's much more than that
Right.
needs to happen.
Yep,
And
and
then that help is available.
and early childhood special ed will sort through all that with that parent, and they do a great job in
Okay.
helping that along.
Okay.
So with my involvement with the committee And at Public Health, we just want to get the word out there that, hey, it's not a taboo or it's not a bad thing if your child is behind. It just might need, they might just need that extra help.
Yep.
Or maybe as a parent, you didn't know that they should be doing those things, and then you work on it as a parent.
Exactly.
And they catch up.
Exactly.
So, but the big thing is, who do you call?
Yeah.
If you don't know your early childhood special ed number or don't know where they're located, you can call this Help Me Grow. It's also a great website with a lot of resources, parent information. There's tips for parents. There's other just general information for parents. So it's a great
I did
site
not
to go
realize
on
that.
there.
So that's a great resource just in and of itself for
in and
people
of
to go
itself.
on.
And
if
I think
they're-
it's helpmegrow.minnesota.org.
Yep, helpmegrowmn.org. So if anyone would be interested in that, the little brochure looks like this, which I won't have Leanne necessarily focus in on, but Help Me Grow, all spelled out, and then MN for Minnesota, and then .org. So if you're watching this and have any questions about it or want to maybe give it to somebody else, that'd be a great thing. Now, you mentioned the follow-along program that you're also involved with, and then that is actually something that is tied into the Minnesota Department of Health, correct?
Yeah, and both. Well, both. We get
Okay.
some through the Department of Education and Department of Health, where Public Health runs the follow-along program. But
Okay.
it's
And you
kind of fun
mentioned
both of
that's
us.
part of that screening, that kind of keeping in touch with those children between the ages of 0 and 5.
Yes, and we do it 0 to 3.
Okay.
But again, it's just the screening to make sure that your child's developing,
Okay.
they're on track
Okay.
for where they should be. And
You know,
that's
and we
through
don't always
Public
know.
Health.
There's no, you know what, there's really no norm as far as kids are concerned. And some kids are going to do some things very early, some things they might lag a little bit behind on. But gosh, if you've got questions, this is the place to go and ask. And again, don't feel bad about asking because, we need it. And maybe it is just that little nudge, that little help from even within the household that can get them
Right.
moving in the right direction. So Help Me Grow sounds like a wonderful program. The work that you do ongoing sounds like it's really good work and rewarding, I would imagine,
Yeah,
when
it's
you see
fun.
things
It's
happen
fun
for
to-
families.
It's fun to work with families and babies and
Well,
children.
thank you for your help with all of this, the follow along, the Help Me Grow, the work that you do at Steele County Public Health, June, and thanks so much for being with us and sharing that.
Yeah, thank you very much.
All right, you're welcome. We'll take a break for our show supporters right now, and then we head out on location to the farm. Stay with us.
Hi, I'm Shane Sadler and I play Roger Debris.
And I'm Tim Van Gelder, and I play Franz Liebken in LTO's current production of The Producers, directed by Jeffrey Jackson and sponsored by the Wenger Foundation.
Performances of The Producers will be held Thursday, Friday and Saturday, June 18th, 19th and 20th at 7:30 p.m. with a matinee on Sunday, June 21st at 2 p.m.
And again the following Thursday through Saturday, June 25, 26, and 27 at 7:30 p.m.
Tickets are available at the LTO box office by calling 451-0764 or online at littletheatreofowatonna.org.
Don't miss the LTO's production of The Producers.
Recreational fires are allowed within the Owatonna city limits. They must be contained within a fire pit or a device designed for such use, and can be 3 feet in diameter and no more than 3 feet high. They must be 25 feet from a building or combustibles. Only untreated or unpainted woods must be used. Fires must be attended by a person at all times that are capable of extinguishing the fire. This has been a safety tip from the Owatonna Fire Department.
Hello, I'm Glenn Mager.
And I'm Michael Mager with the Brickmager Funeral Home and the Medford Funeral Home. At Brickmager, we are privileged to have served the families of Steele County community for 118 years.
Whether you choose traditional burial or cremation, we promise the tribute your loved one deserves with the peace of mind that you require.
We are proud to be part of the Owatonna Today Show.
Hi, this is Barry Gillespie, president of ERA Gillespie Real Estate, where our pledge is to save you money, save you time, and simplify your life. And we're proud supporters of the Owatonna Today Show.
Hello, I'm David Einhaus with the Owatonna Foundation. Thank you to all of our donors who have helped make Owatonna a better place to live. Will you join us today with a financial gift? Owatonna Foundation is a proud sponsor of the Owatonna Today Show.
Welcome back to the Owatonna Today Show. Leanne and I are at Clover Glen Farms in Claremont, and we are visiting with Glenn Johnson, who is a dairy farmer.
Yep.
Thank you so much for allowing us here.
You're welcome. It's a nice pleasure to have you.
Thank you. And we're here because you're having an event. You are part of an event that's coming up. Would you tell us a bit about that?
Well, we're representing Breakfast on the Farm on Saturday the 20th. And we're sponsored by Steele County American Dairy Association, and which we are part of. And we're inviting people out so they can see the dairy farm and what it's about and how it works every day, and get to visit with us and see calves and cows and how it takes place.
And who is invited to come?
Well, everybody's invited. We are sponsoring, the ADA is furnishing bus rides from the fairgrounds, so they can go over there between 8 and 12 and catch a bus and ride out and stay as long as they like and catch a bus going back.
How often will the buses run?
Every 15 minutes.
Every 15 minutes, okay. And kids, we have some kids stuff going on?
We have lots of kids stuff going, especially. We have a petting zoo, we have pictures with baby calves, there's a bounce house for the kids who just like to jump around. We have a horse and wagon rides with 3 teams of horses coming and wagons, so everybody can have a free ride. This is all free, doesn't cost anybody anything, except for the breakfast, of course. The breakfast, pancakes and sausage, milk, cheese, and syrup and butter, of course, on the pancakes.
Of course,
right?
Of course.
So,
any bacon?
No.
We don't want to offend the cows.
No, right. We're having sausage, yeah.
And are you cooking?
No, you're probably lucky there. We have a fellow coming in from Iowa called the Pancake Man, and he puts on a little show while he's serving too, so you get to watch him flip pancakes.
The Pancake Man. So he does tricks with the pancakes?
Tricks with the pancakes. He might ask you to walk 5-10 feet away from the grill, and he'll flip the pancake at you on your plate.
And if you don't catch it and it lands in the feed, you don't have to eat it.
Right, exactly. He'll just flip another one at you and try a second time.
Well, we're standing here next to these dairy cows.
Right.
That are just beautiful. And let's talk about, what people are going to see and learn when they come. What are they going to learn about these beautiful cows?
Okay, well, they're going to learn basically how big they really get. These cows will average 1,600 pounds, and they'll get to that size in 2 years.
Wow.
So they're going to see how much they eat, what they eat and drink, how they're taken care of, where they're housed, what kind of comfort they have, and what we do to keep them comfortable in summer and winter.
And they're very friendly.
Oh, they are. Cows are very, very inquisitive. You stand there long enough, I'm sure one will lick you.
How did they get so friendly with me here? Is it just natural?
They are naturally nosy. Let's put it bluntly. They like to see what's going on, but we also pay a lot of attention to our calves and our cows, so they get a lot of attention.
I noticed that they have names in addition to the numbers on their tags. This one's named Popper.
Yes, that's right.
What does Popper eat? You said that we're going to learn about the food that they eat. What is it?
Well, the feed is right here by our feet,
here?
obviously, yes. And you can just grab a handful of that. But you can see in that there's hay. There's haylage that we've chopped, which is our alfalfa. And there's corn silage in there we chopped last fall. Plus all their grain, their soy meal, their vitamins, their minerals, their corn, and anything else that they need, according to our nutritionist, as to what they need to be healthy.
Just like we have a balanced meal then.
Exactly, and theirs is balanced so every bite is the same. And cows like repetition, as bad as we think the same thing every day would be horrible, they like it that way.
Sorry, buddy. Oh, sorry.
So if we have to change feed, we do it very gradually so they don't notice.
And if you do change it, is there a problem that goes along with that? Did they go to the bathroom more?
There can be problems. If you change it too fast and upset their stomach, they can get real sick.
So if you changed it by, say, letting them loose in the field, you always imagine the cows in the field.
Yep. Well, especially if they run out into an alfalfa field. wet alfalfa, as stands in the field, is very gassy. They actually fill up and they can actually get too much gas and their stomach rolls up and causes problems.
Oh my goodness.
So they can get sick from it.
That's a pretty serious thing when your stomach actually rolls. Can they die from that?
They can. They can actually bloat up and die, yes.
And if they were just in a regular field?
If they had a regular grass field, they can eat and eat and eat and probably fill up, but they won't get the energy and the nutrients they need.
They won't. So feeding them this way versus turning them loose in just a random field is a better way to go.
This is better, yes, because they get everything they need, whereas out there they're probably lacking some mineral or something that they're not getting.
And these cows, what is their purpose? All of these are dairy?
All of these are dairy cows. There's about 80 in here right now. We have room for 90, but they range anywhere from 2 years to 9 years in here. And they get along just fine. And we have 3 different breeds. We have brown Swiss, which our friendly ones here are. We have some Holsteins, and
they're pretty friendly.
Yeah, there's a couple Guernseys running around in here, but they're pretty small and they're hard to see.
Oh, okay.
But
so these are dairy, and how long do they produce the milk?
Okay, a cow has to have a baby every year to produce milk. So as long as we can get them pregnant again, they'll stick around. And usually that's the number one reason they leave, is because we can't get them pregnant again.
Because you can't get them pregnant again.
Yep.
And when they leave,
then
where are they going?
They go to Zumbrota, they go to slaughter, they go to somebody's table.
Somebody's table.
Yep.
So when you're eating, kids, if you're watching this, when you're drinking milk,
yep.
And when you're eating
hamburgers,
beef.
Yep.
Yeah.
Usually old dairy cows make hot dogs, sausages, stuff like that. Sorry to rain on your parade, but
well, that's what the kids especially need to know that.
That's what they need to know, yes. But
is there anything else that we need to know about the milk that they're producing?
Well, you probably want to know how much they're producing. You know, this is a good chance to come out and find out some of these things. How much they produce, how much butterfat they produce. Where does our milk go? You know, most of our milk goes to MPI in Rochester, and from there, some of it goes to Kemp's for ice cream. Some of it goes to Schwann's for ice cream. And then, of course, Ampy makes cheese of their own, too, so you can buy cheese.
So a lot of the milk produced here goes to local
uses, yes.
That's good to know.
Yep.
Well, you know, they're producing milk because they're having calves.
Right.
Why don't we go take a look at some of these calves?
All right, sounds
good. Talk about that.
You
okay,
bet.
Great. Stick with us. We have relocated on the Clover Glen farm. Where are we?
Well, we're where the baby calves are right now, and these range anywhere from 1 day to 4 months of age, probably less than that if we get crowded. But the oldest one here is closing on 4 months because there's room right now. But this is where you're going to get a chance to be hands-on and touch the babies, as you can see one friendly one here.
They'll touch you.
Yeah, or they'll touch you if you get close enough, that's right. And but here's your chance to see how we house them year-round, and what they're fed, and the person giving your tour will tell you what they're fed and how they're fed and how long they're on a bottle and what they eat. But this is one of the stops you'll have in here when you're going around, and this is usually where we start our tours, and we follow you up as they get older. We take you right on through everything and how they would proceed as life goes too.
Now, are they named yet? I don't see names.
Yes, they are. They just haven't got their tags in yet.
Do you know the name of this one?
I think this is Carmelita.
Carmelita?
But I'm not sure on that. I don't take care of the babies myself. That my wife does that along with the kids. So, and they take charge of naming all of them too. So by the time I see them is probably when I put the tag in their ear for the first time.
Okay, with the name on it as well as the number.
Name on it and the number. And our tags, when you get here, you'll notice they have 2 numbers and their name. The top number is their birthday, and the bottom number is their computer number.
Okay, you're computerized. You're in the system.
So they're computerized. So they are in the system as soon as they're born.
What does she eat?
Right now, she eats about 3 quarts of milk twice a day. She has free choice of a calf starter grain pellet, which consists of a protein pellet and some, let's see, it's textured corn, so it's kind of tender.
Okay.
And then some oats in there to get them started. And then from that, they also have a little bit of hay. When she gets another couple weeks old, she'll get started on some hay. We got to speed up.
Okay, well we're gonna say goodbye to this little girl, but we're gonna let people know that when they can come, how they can get here, who's what, all that good stuff.
Okay.
Remind us.
Well, this is we're having breakfast on the farm again on the Saturday, the 20th of June. You can get here by going to the fairgrounds in Owatonna at between 8 and 12 and jump on a bus, and they'll run you out here. You can stay as long as you'd like. We have breakfast on the farm available at $5 per person, and under 5 eat free.
Do we want people driving their own cars here?
We'd rather see you take the bus. Parking is going to be limited. We have some for handicap purposes only.
Okay.
Otherwise,
all right.
Our driveway is right close to the road, so the bus will drop you off at the end of the driveway, and you can get back on there whenever you need to.
Thank you so much for hosting us here, and we hope that you will join Glenn on the farm on the 20th. Stick with us after a word from our sponsors.
Amy Swain Hearing Centers is a proud sponsor of the Owatonna Today Show. I'm Dr. Amy Swain, and I want everyone to hear better.
Hello, I'm Shawn McNulty. And I'm Deb Gillard with Brookdale Senior Living, Sterling House, and Clarebridge of Owatonna.
And we are a proud sponsor of the Owatonna Today Show.
Welcome back. Thanks for joining us out on the farm, and I'm hearing woo echoing. There we go.
Hi, I'm Dr.
Tifo in here earlier. A few announcements to pass along here today. Coming up tomorrow, as the summer reading program continues at the Owatonna Public Library, it is the Schifferly Puppets at 1 p.m. at the Public Library. That is tomorrow, June 18th. History in the Remaking, Repurposed, Renovated, and Revived, the open house at the Owatonna Public Utilities is tomorrow, Thursday, June 18th. Refreshments available throughout the day. Guided tours will be on the hour and half hour from 9:30 in the morning until 7 o'clock at night, so lots of opportunity for everyone to go and see the new facility. There will actually be a dedication ceremony at 9 in the morning tomorrow if you want to be a part of that as well. So you've been looking at all the work and things going on at the public utilities. Now's your chance to stop in and see all the changes and improvements and things that they've done. Owatonna Parks and Recreation continues their movies, or actually starts, I think, their Movies in the Park. This coming Friday, June 19th, with a rain date of Saturday, June 20th. It is a free event. The movies begin around 9 o'clock in Central Park. This particular Friday, it's going to be Alexander and the Terrible, Horrible, No Good, Very Bad Day. That will be the movie for this Friday. If you would like more information, you can contact Park and Rec at 444-4321 for more information about that. Breakfast on the Farm, as we just heard, is this coming Saturday, June 20th, as is the 37th Annual Young Life Golf Tournament that begins with an 8:30 shotgun start, so make sure you check on that. It is the Harry Wenger Marching Band Festival beginning at 11 o'clock this Saturday as well. And you're invited to join on Saturday the Arts Center for their Super Sleuth Saturday up at the West Hills. It's a scavenger hunt, enjoy the treasures, and some artistic demonstrations, and that begins at about 1 o'clock. So there are a whole lot of things going on this weekend, but with good planning, you can take part, I think, in all of them if you would like, and just have a very full and fun day. Police Department, do remember that they are alerting community members about vehicle break-ins. These are not happening in any particular place, any particular order. It's very random, no particular neighborhoods, but cars that have been unlocked and are being rummaged through, purses and items have been stolen. So please, 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 especially with your cars in your driveway and on the street, that they are being locked up and that you're keeping an eye on that. Please report anything suspicious to the Owatonna Police Department. Coming up on Friday's program, 2 on-location visits, Pupuseria La Paz, I hope I pronounced that right, and the Fit Lab, both located in downtown Owatonna, will be out on location with visits to those 2 businesses. Until then, have a great day. We'll see you on Friday.